Welcome to Optics, the dynamic photo editing and effects plugin from Boris Effects. In this quick tip video, we'll cover a new feature found in Optics version 2022.5. Now we can design and render cinemagraph animations directly out of Optics. Cinemagraphs are photo-based animations that freeze time into a short video clip. Some cinemagraphs are shot on video, and then portions of the screen are frozen and composited to create interesting time illusions. Other cinemagraphs use one photo as a background, and animated elements are added to suggest time. While Boris Effects Optics is traditionally a photographer's tool, with the new 2022.5 release, we can now render out these types of animations on top of a static image. We'll start with a very simple smoke animation. Here we're using Photoshop, and we can find Optics under Filters. You can also apply Optics in Lightroom Classic by choosing Edit in Optics, or you can launch the standalone Optics application and load your image from the File menu. Inside Optics, we'll start by going to the File menu and select Preferences. Now we can set the effect duration, which will be our default video output. I typically choose 300 frames as a starting point. We'll browse the particle illusion category and choose one of the smoke emitters. Let's position it and edit some parameters. I'll increase the master size and reduce the number of emitters. We can also edit the weight to control the feeling of gravity. We can scrub the time parameter to get a sense of the animation. To render this out as an animation, we'll select the particle illusion button to launch the interface. We can play the animation in the timeline. We can also select the emitter nodes to bring up more editable parameters. Under the viewer, we'll select Render. Here, we can choose a render location and name our output. We can also select the format and then start the render. Let's play our video. If we want to create more advanced animations like the one in this example, we can add multiple particle effects in one optics layer. First, I prep my image in Photoshop using content-aware fill to clean up the image. I also color-corrected the image and used a few effects to give it more of an underwater color grade. Again, we'll apply optics. Another new feature in 2022.5 is stacked optics effects can now be brought into the particle illusion interface. For example, I'll go to the light category and apply Ultra Glow. And now I'll add a particle illusion emitter and launch the interface. You can see the Ultra Glow is now rendered and viewable inside this interface. Let's reset the canvas. I'll choose File, New Project to clear this back to scratch. We can add and edit as many emitters as we want to the one particle illusion project, and they will all render together. For time, I sped this up, but you can see my general process here. I added multiple emitters from the water category, like bubbles, water swirls, and water waves. I played with each emitter's parameters, like velocity, number, weight, and opacity, until I had an animation that I liked. When I was ready, I rendered out my video animation. As a final extra step, here's a quick tip to turn your animation into a seamless loop that will play well on Instagram. I'll open the animation in a video editor. I'm using Premiere Pro, but you can do this really in any video editing application. Basically, we want to loop from the last frame seamlessly to our first frame. I'll advance a few seconds and add an edit with the razor blade tool. Then I'll drag this clip here onto the video track 2 towards the end of my animation. We'll add a dissolve transition. And if I set the in and out points and enable the loop button, we can preview that this clip will now play seamlessly when playing back in a looping video player. And that's about it. Hopefully you found this as a useful tutorial. If you'd like to master particle illusion, be sure to check out the Getting Started series, which covers the interface in depth. And if you'd like to learn more about optics for photo editing, image manipulations, and special effects, please visit us at boriseffects.com.